Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads. And if you don't mind, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me and that you can see my screen. And then we will get started. Awesome. Okay, good. Looks like we're doing good. Good morning. This is our call for getting started. So this is really for our new clients and also for our long-term clients who just want to get a brush up and make sure they're on top of what's new. So one thing that we've been really concentrating on a lot in the past couple months is how to get more listings, right? Because we know that compensation for buyers is changing. And so if that's an issue for you, you're definitely going to want to know that you can get listings here. We'll dive into all listings in just a bit. First of all, I want you to know that if you have listings, we have tools to help you market those listings. Those tools are obviously designed to get you buyers. They're designed to get you a lot of eyeballs, build your brand, but they are also designed to get you more listings. So when you have a listing and you want more listings in that area, there's definitely some tools you got to use. If you don't have listings, we have a lot of ways for you to contact buyers and sellers and capture their contact information. The point is, whether you have listings or whether you don't, there are tools here to help you get going, right? And help you get things moving along. So before we dive into it, I want to talk a little bit about the resources that are here for all of you to use to get familiar with the platform. And the first one is that I want to bring up is our Mastermind group. Now, our Mastermind group is a private group in Facebook. If you're not in it, you won't be able to find it, okay? But it looks like this. And there's a lot of good stuff in here. This is where my partner Scott and I talk about the technology we're pushing, new things that are happening. Also, a lot of our clients are talking about what they're doing. What we're seeing here is an important part of our platform called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. This is something that you definitely want to be taking advantage of. And a lot of our clients are taking advantage of it and they're talking about it. And you can see, we'll get it. Here's another piece here. Marcus is using our short form video script. So if you're interested in building your brand with video on socials, you definitely got to do that. But anyway, this is the Mastermind group. We'll come back to it later. I'll leave it here. I'm not sure how you found this class, but hopefully you found this page, which is leadgenwebinars.com. If somebody can throw me a question in the question panel, I can respond and send this to everybody. But if not, if you go to leadgenwebinars.com, this will be where you can sign up for all of our live classes. Get Started, which is today's class, Facebook and Google ads, and then down at the bottom, top tools to get more listings. And you definitely want to watch that. So every class that we do, we record and we put it here on our YouTube channel. So I definitely want to make sure all of you find our YouTube channel. And I want to stress the fact that if you need more listings, you want to watch our classes called Top Tools for More Listings. And I do this every 2 weeks, but I don't say exactly the same thing every 2 weeks because there might be something happening. There might be something that we've added or some feedback or response that we're getting that we really want to concentrate on that. And really what my point is to you is I highly recommend that all of you, if you want more listings in your business, you watch the last 2 or 3 versions of Top Tools for More Listings, right? There's one there, there's one here, and there's another one down here, right here, right? Facebook and Google is a good class. And I definitely always break down the Facebook and Google classes on how to get buyer leads and how to get seller leads. So there's a lot there in the Facebook and Google ads that you want to know about how to get more listings, right? So those are there. This is a really great resource. I know agents don't want to spend like hours watching this stuff, but I can tell you this, we've had a lot of clients double and triple their business in just a matter of a couple of years. And the reason they're able to do that is they find the tools that they want to use and they use them consistently. And so there are a lot of agents, maybe you are some of those agents who will sign up. They'll go through our wizard, they'll set up some of the automation, and they'll be so blown away by that they completely ignore the most powerful tools in the system. So we'll talk about the most powerful tools in the system and the best ways to get listing leads and the best way to get buyer leads in a moment. But what we're going to concentrate on now is how do we set up our account, right? So when you come here, when you log in the first time, we're going to drop you on something that looks like this. It says account setup, right? And there it's going to say connect your profile. And let's see. So you put your picture and you save it, and let's just see what happens. Yeah, so this is lame. But anyway, put your company information. That's going to be your logo. Connect your social media. And connecting your social media is actually a very important part of the system because we do social media auto posting. So when your listings hit, we're going to auto post to your socials with landing pages behind it so you can get free leads, right? And then let's close here. Connect your ad account. And this is where you want to connect. Let's see what happened there. You want to connect to Facebook for your real estate business page. The first thing that when you connect, it's going to say, is this you, your name? And it's going to show Facebook. And you say, yes, it's me. And once you click yes, they're going to take you to the next page, which is all of your business pages. And then you choose the real estate ones that you want. So at that point, you've got your social media connected here. You've got your ad software connected here. And now you can add listings. And let's go through that. So you can add them manually. And the only reason that I think you want to add listings manually is if your MLS doesn't connect to ours, or if you have a pending or sold property, because we can't see pending and sold properties. And there's a big reason that you want to be advertising those if you want more listings in that area, right? So I'll show you that in a little bit. Now, the thing that's actually the thing you want to start with, which I don't know why we have it last, but you want to import your listing from the MLS. So if you have your email, your day-to-day email might be you at Keller Williams or you at EXP or whatever you are, right? But the email address inside your MLS could be some old thing from AOL because you started years ago, right? So when you click import listings, you're going to need the MLS email, the email that's inside that your MLS knows, right? So if you do that and you have active listings, not pending and not sold, it will pull those in. So sometimes it doesn't pull in rentals and things like that. Sometimes it does, just depends on your MLS. Now, if you don't have your own listing, there's always an option to grab a listing and you just need the zip code and the MLS ID and you can pull it in and then we'll go look later at what happens, right? Or you can manually add, right? So that's adding listings. Then it says set up social content. And I want to say this because this kind of confuses agents. There's actually 3 times that we ask you to connect to social media, but we're doing 3 separate things. And this is the last one, connect social content. And when you do that, the first thing we ask you to do is, let's click here, connect your social media accounts. Then we ask you, how often do you want us to post, right? And then we say, what do you want us to post? And here, you want to choose some of these home design stuff, right? Here's kitchen, I think there's kids' rooms and there's dining rooms. But these are nice, really great photography and just very light conversational stuff. We're not doing like deep, heavy industry read stuff here, right? There's also some kind of inspirational quotes and things like that. And I like the outdoor living stuff. And there's even some funny real estate meme stuff, right? You don't want to turn them all on, but you definitely want to have some of those on because if you want content on your socials and you don't want to have to manage it, that's a good way to do it. Now, what's really important, and when you come here, I think we have these by default. There are 40 PDF guides for sellers and 40 PDF guides for buyers. And I'm going to show you those PDF guides in just a minute, but they're all about 5 or 6 pages long. They're all branded to you on every page. And when we post them, we put a landing page in front of it. So if somebody wants to download it, they've got to give you their contact information. So you can get free leads on 80 different reports here. Okay. That reminds me, I just heard this. Yeah. So let me block I forgot to turn this off. Let's see. So anyway, we also have them in Spanish. If you're working in a Spanish speaking market, you can turn that on as well. You can turn them all on, or you can turn on the ones that you want. Right. Okay. So that's kind of it. But the one thing I want everybody to do right away as part of their setup is to turn on is to create a landing page. So everybody gets unlimited landing pages, right? You get a landing pages for free home values, down payment assistance, new construction. There's even, I think, an iBuyer one. And what you want to make sure you're doing is you want to create a property valuation plus. If somebody could chat and put in the chat panel what your number one farm market is, I will create a landing page and we'll come back to it in a minute. So it could be just the name of a city. It could even be the name of a neighborhood if you're like in a big city like, okay, so Germantown, Tennessee. Is that Tennessee? Is that right? So if you can, I'm going to just type in, yes. Would you let me know the name of a landmark or something there in Germantown? So this is all you do, property valuation plus Germantown. I want to point out that you can create a FSBO landing page for Germantown. You can create a void foreclosure or short sale homes for sale, right? You can even do custom things. There's an empty nester landing page, and you want a few of these landing pages for your core markets. We're going to do property valuation plus because that creates the instant home value, right? And you're going to want to use that. So when you create something like this, we put a generic photograph in there. And so for Lindera, I'm asking, can you give me the name of some kind of landmark, even a really popular restaurant? It's a really hot restaurant, the Oakland Garden. Cool. Oak Lawn Garden. So when you get it like this, I really don't recommend that you go out to market looking generic like that. Because what this is going to do, it's going to ask people their address, and then it's going to ask them for their email address. And if there's something, and they don't know you, right? So you're just, who knows how you're getting it out there. We're going to talk about how to get it out there in a minute. But if they don't know who you are, they're not going to want to give you that information. So really putting something that speaks to their market can make those a lot more effective. The last thing to do for setting up is get your reviews in here. Now, we actually have a website dedicated to your reviews, right? And there's also we also embed your reviews on various different tools, right? Like the single property websites and the virtual tours and a few other places, right? Some of the landing pages. So if we're doing that, one thing about listings to leads is everything that we do has some form of lead capture built in, right? So if we look here, the reviews, they're sitting here, you can read them. There's a little marketing video about all the cool stuff that listings to leads does. It doesn't talk about us. It talks about this is what you are bringing to the table to help people sell their home, right? Good video, really straight, modern. You can even snap in a testimonial if you want to. But as you keep scrolling down, all those PDF guides that I mentioned, they're here available for free to download, but you just got to give up your contact information, right? Nice and easy. As soon as they give you that, boom, they can download it. Then all of your listings are here, right? So if your listings are here, what's that about? If I click on your listings, it's going to take me to a single property website, and it's got everything you want. It's branded to you. It's got lead capture built in. There's that marketing video. There's a what is your home worth, just in case the person owns a home. Hey, there's the PDF guides again. And yeah, there are your reviews, right? So this is what it looks like. This is a single property website. And at some point, this page is going to pop up. And when somebody clicks on continue with Facebook, we're going to grab their name and email and we're going to deliver it to you. Okay. So that's what we're on about. So what I'm showing you here is the page that showcases your reviews. Now, over here, it says reviews. You can add them. I think we actually can import them from Google, Zillow, and Testimonial Tree, but you can also manually add them from, maybe you've got some on Yelp or Facebook, and you don't have any for them. So you could just copy and paste them. They're all going to sit there on that deal, right? Now you'll notice here, just an FYI, we've not unpublished some of them. You can do that because every once in a while you get a bad review and you don't want that up there. So knock it out. But I will tell you this. Let's see if this thing is still open. When you get a review, copy the hyperlink, go over to Facebook, tag your client, and thank them for the review, right? That's what you want to do, is because now that you know that page is there, it's loaded with lead capture for you. and it's got all your reviews. So say thanks whoever, right? And hope you enjoy the phone, right? Right. Oh, you sugarcoat that, right? So you know what that's about. And you paste in the link, right? And now when you tag your client on Facebook, all their friends, all their family and colleagues are going to see this as they log in. And now you know when you post it, it's got all kinds of lead capture for you. So you want to leverage those reviews right here on the client replay page, right? Now, the last thing I want to point out, I think this is the last thing, I keep saying that, but I think this is the last, is follow-ups. Now, follow-ups here is a drip campaign, okay? And the drip campaigns are actually very effective. We have them in English, we have them in Spanish. We really incorporate, among just like asking questions, that we put in links to our landing pages so people can check their home value. We put in links to those PDF guides. So there's basically value in these drip campaigns. If you have a CRM, ideally you have a drip campaign turned on. If you don't, turn this on. You definitely want to be using some sort of drip campaign, and ours are actually way more effective than most CRMs out there. Than the vast majority of CRMs, our drip campaigns are more effective. And what I mean by effective is they can actually close appointments, right? They get you closer to closing the lead than the typical CRM drip campaign. So I would recommend turning them on, right? And I think in the future, we're going to have them go on automatically, and then you'll be able to turn it off. But that reminds me of one more thing in the setup. And that's over here under profile. And right here is CRM integration. So when we're capturing leads, you'll notice we have APIs from some of the top CRMs in the company. If your CRM is not here, check with your CRM and see if they have a forwarding email. This is usually something like a Follow-Up Boss used to have, like your name with blah, blah, blah at followupboss.me, right? And you just find it wherever your CRM is, or you ask their support, where is it? If they don't have an app with us here and they don't have a follow-up email to send leads to, you probably should find another CRM or just turn our drip campaign on over there, follow-ups. But honestly, not having a place to track your leads is your leads, even if we send them to your CRM or we just send them to you directly via email, they're going to sit on this leads page. And I want to point this out to you because we're working on this every day. And this is an area where Scott and I are concentrating on building this out to be like a CRM where you can work your leads quickly. You'll have a filter to see your top seller leads, the most active seller leads, the top buyer leads, and then also a pipeline so that you can tell, where's my money going to come from this month? And then you'll be able to track everything and put everything, place your phone calls through here, tracking, put notes. That way you can work your leads. A lot of our clients get really excited when they see all the leads they're getting with us, right? But there are a lot of agents that don't even follow up with leads, and I don't really know what they're doing, right? But to earn money from a lead, you have to close a lead. You have to get them into a conversation. You have to get them into your office and probably sign some sort of document and then buy or sell a home. You need to work leads to make all that happen, not just capture leads. What we're going to talk about now is how you capture leads. So let's go back to the landing page section. And we were talking about Germantown, right? We were talking about Germantown with Lindera. So let's go over to Oak Lawn, Arden, Germantown. It's right here, right? Now, I don't really recommend that everybody does this, but I want to show you what you need to do, right? So I'm going to just do a search on Google. And if I click on tools, I think I can get large, and you want to have a large photo. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And this kind of looks cool here. Let's click on this one. If you see a picture on Wikipedia, you probably can't see it, but it's only 1,000 pixels wide and 700 pixels tall. That's too small. Okay. Let's click on this one. Let's see what this one, that's 1,200. So that's not really big. Really what you want is a photograph we don't want that one. That's not going to work. You want a photograph that's about 2,000 pixels wide. Now I see one here from Compass Real Estate. You don't want to take a photo from a real estate company. That's for sure. Right. Let's see here. What's that? That's 1200. So there's really not much. That is the size we're looking for. Let's see. That's 1600. I think that might work. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to save this image. That's actually the wrong place. But let's just do it together so we don't waste more time here. We want to upload the image here on the left. And this is an oak lawn in another area. So boom, let's go here. And I'll tell you, I mentioned this earlier, sometimes just the most popular restaurant works, right? You save it here, and that's going to be one of your core tools. Let's look at it here. So when you're here, I want to just show you how this works. It's you type in an address, right? And boom, you do that, and you click Get Value Estimate. And then it brings us to page 2. And page 2 is it's going to ask you for your email address. And that's where a lot of people want to stop. Okay. And I want to just point that out to you. And let's give it a second to get over there. Because what it does is it actually shows you the house on a map. It says, that's your house, right? So if you want to know what, and this is even asking what your selling price is, right? So I'm going to just say there. And then why do you need to, why do you want this information? I'm thinking of selling. Okay. View my report. Now, when you ask people for the name and email, like I did just here, a lot of people will leave this page. They don't even want to give you an email, or they give you Mickey Mouse at Disney.com. And that's a problem. That's just human nature. There's not much ways of getting around that. But I do want to point out that somewhere in our platform, I think it's here, you can find we have something called a partial lead converter. And the partial lead converter, it's a database, it's connection with a database called Coal Resource. And they have all the contact information on all the homeowners. So when they drive in, that when somebody types in an address and you don't have, and they don't give you their contact information, if you subscribe to that, which I think it's $30 a month, you can ask support where to find it. I'm not sure where it is anymore. Then we will deliver to you automatically the contact information that Cole has on it. This is what the page is. It looks like, right? It gives you a high, medium, low. It gives you some of the PDF guides we talked about, some of the homes sold near you. You can actually create an appointment, and yeah, your reviews are here, right? So that's all there, and that's what a home valuation page looks like. So now I want to just say something. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and everybody takes a break, because I want now we want to talk about how are we going to capture leads. So this that we're looking at is a tool to capture leads, right? That's what it is. But now I want you, and what we're going to start diving into is all the tools here, right? There's a lot of tools to capture leads. This is just one. But when you have a tool, you want to think of this. You can get that tool in front of people on free social media, right? On paid ads on social media, paid ad on Google, print tools, and e-flyers, okay? These 5 ways are how you're going to get these tools in front of people so that they go to a website and they go get an answer. They get their home value. They go get free information on whatever, right? Print, e-flyers through your CRM, free social media stuff, Facebook ads, and Google ads. That's how you're going to do this, okay? So when we click on advanced options here, you'll notice we have print tools right here. So this print tool right here is pointing to that landing page. I'm going to download it real quick. This is a very popular tool and a very powerful tool. It basically is giving you a home sold view, and it's got your picture in there, right? And so now it's, hey, that's affected your home value. Go over here and get your free home value. So that's the print solution for that tool. There's even postcards and door hangers. The postcards you see right here, it's got QR codes, all that stuff. There's your e-flyer right here. So you can copy this code here and take it to your own CRM and blast it out. And it says, hey, what happened last month in Germantown. Go get your free home value here. Go see all my homes. All the homes inside your property, inside your account will be on a website that we've designed for you as well. And you remember that client review page? That's all there, and that's got all your properties as well, right? So that's the print. That's the e-flyer. Right here, we can auto post it to your social media. You just click that button. We're going to auto post it. It'll tell us how often you want to do it. Once you turn it on, let's go here, and then boom, that's just going to happen. I think every week, right? So we'll go look at how to run ads on it. What did you say to do about the what? Leads? Oh, what I was saying is sign up for our partial lead converter so that you're getting the real contact information of the homeowners, especially if you're using this tool here, this landing page to get seller leads, right? So what I was saying is you've got any of these landing pages that you create, and you can have unlimited landing pages. You should have a property valuation page for every property, for every farm market that you have, right? We created one for Germantown here, but you all probably are working in 4 or 5 different markets, if not more. So you want those home value pages for all that. I do want to point out one thing. This one here, free home values, is a default for all of you, right? And it's important because this is embedded in many of your tools, right? Your listings, your virtual tours, it's in there as like a little area where people can get their home value. If that background picture doesn't look like your area, you might want to change that. That's the first one right here. And if you click edit in tools, I don't know, maybe you live in Arizona where it's all desert, right? Or maybe you live in Vermont where it's all maple trees or whatever, right? If that doesn't look like your area, click this button over here. It says upload image and put something in there that's 2,000 pixels wide. That looks like your area. Okay. Pretty simple. All right. So we've talked about landing pages. I mentioned PDF guides earlier. Let's go look at them right now. As a reminder, there are 80 of these, and 40 of them are for buyers and 40 are for sellers. When you set up your account and you put in your company information, it's going to ask for your logo and your colors and things like that. And all of that is going to flow through here on every page. So this is all going to be branded to you, right? And you can concentrate on buyers, or you can concentrate on sellers. Let's just concentrate on sellers for now. And there are 40 guides there that you can use, right? So maybe 5 dangers of overpricing is one of those. I do want to point out, you can download it right here. And if you are using our system to capture seller leads, you're going to wind up with a lot of addresses, right? And a lot of contact information. These 40 guides, you should every week print one, paper click your business card to it, put it in a branded envelope, and drop it off once a week. There's an e-flyer version, but when you drop it off, it's letting people know you are working in that area. And in some cases, in very few cases, you will get a lead and set an appointment in one day. Often it can take weeks or months. So you need to have a way of following up. And this is a really good way of doing that. If you click on market, you'll notice there's the short form video script. So if you like to do videos for social media, that's the script. You can run an ad on Facebook and Instagram here. You can run an ad on Google here. Social media post is free. You can do that here. There's an e-flyer for your database, right? There's print flyers, postcards. So again, I want to remind you, here are 80 tools. And how are we going to get them in front of people? On Facebook, on Google, free social media posts, print and e-flyers. It's all looking at you right there, right? Lot of content here, 80 different PDF guides. Now, speaking of content, let's click on social content. And we talked about this. Actually, we did talk about it in setup. So I'm just going to bring you here to remind you, instead of you posting those PDF guides throughout the year, if you turn everything on, we'll do it for you automatically right here. So make sure you turn that on. So that's landing pages, social content, PDF guides. Let's go up to listings. Now, we talked about listings on the setup because we can automate your listings. But just an FYI, you might not have your own listings, but you might have a friend or colleague or somebody in your office who has a listing and they're happy if you market their listing. If that's the case, you can click grab listing, type in the zip code, MLS ID, and grab it. Okay. And that will pull the listing in here so it sits on this list. So let's look at, I'm going to notice we have some listing presentation. There's all these statuses, but listing presentation, if you're getting a listing, I recommend that you put that listing in here. If you're going to go on a presentation, that way we create all the tools and you can show them these are the things I'm doing, right? But let's go here, and this one's pending. I am going to click edit. If you have an open house, come here to open house, add the open house, and I'm going to put it at the end of next month so I don't have to do this. And then you add an open house. When you do this, we're going to email you a bunch of tools. We're going to email you a virtual tour, a listing landing page, a nearby homeowner letter, all these tools to mark it out. If you have social media auto posting turned on, we're going to post it automatically. We're going to put a landing page behind it, right? So I've saved that. Now we can go to market listing. And this is really what I wanted to show you. You can run an ad right here on Facebook. Let me click Facebook and Instagram ads. And let's see what's going to happen. It's going to pre-write the ad, right? And it says, hey, it's open house, expected to close soon. Well, this is a little bit wonky because it's pending. Let's make it active. So some confusing language there. Normally we wouldn't do this, but we're bouncing back and forth. Your listing's hit, just listed, and the early stages like just listed, active, coming soon, and open house are all designed to get list buyer leads. But when you market a home that's pending or contract or sold, it's designed to get listing leads. And so that language was confusing, but it'll be clear now. So Facebooking it. So it says, hey, open house in Granite Bay. Click here or text there to get the information instantly, right? And what it's doing is it's picking the city where it is, and it's saying, okay, let's market it there with the 15-mile radius. You could expand the radius. When you're looking for buyers, this is the fastest, cheapest way to get buyers. But I do want you to know that you should always do this. Click change image and video. And it's usually the second image was the one we were just looking at. You might want to choose 4 other photographs, right? So maximum 5 and click insert. This is going to create a carousel ad. So this ad changed so that I can actually scroll through these photos, which is going to make your ad more powerful, right? If you don't like the order, you just go down here and you change the order, right? So now the last one is the pool. That makes a little more sense, right? So create ad. That's all you have to do. It will be a $35 ad for 7 days. Now, as an FYI, the average cost of a buyer lead from Facebook is $3 each, okay? And so if you're running an ad for $35, you divide 35 by 3 and you can expect about 11 leads, okay? Maybe 10, maybe 12. I don't know what the cost per lead is in your neighborhood, but that's the average around the country. If we go down this list, social media post, a post is what people do all the time. They share things. And you can see here that we auto post this. We're automatically sharing to social media for you so you don't have to do it, right? So you don't actually have to type anything. So this is what it looks like, right? Now, this is a pending one, and that's because we just did the open house. But I want to point out that if we click on the eyeball, this is the landing page, which is behind the post, okay? So when we're auto posting, there's a picture. In our case, we did a carousel ad. So if somebody clicks on it, they're going to land here. And actually, that's not entirely true. They'll land here at the end. If somebody clicks on it, this page is going to pop up with their name, phone number, and email. And this is very important. This window pops up with their name, phone number, and email. Oh, actually, this is a social media post. So I'm getting confused. When it's a social media post and it's free, yes, when they click on it, this page is behind it. When they click on this, we grab their name and email and we deliver it to you. Okay, so that was free leads, basically. There is a tool here called Seller Social Media. We send this to you automatically. Whenever you change the status or add an open house, we send it to you automatically. You want to read this and you want to get familiar with this. I'll tell you why. I'm sure we mentioned it earlier. Buyer agent compensation is going to be questionable in some states in the US here. Seller leads is exactly what's going on. So if you're going to want more listings, you're going to want to use this tool because this tool is for your homeowner. You send it to your homeowner, you call them for 5 seconds, tell them to put it on their social media wall because it's telling all their friends and family and colleagues that you at your office is you're their realtor, right? And that's the point. You want to let people know that you want more people to know that you're a realtor, especially the friends and family of your current clients. So use those tools. When the home is sold, that is a pre-written testimonial with your name and phone number. So definitely use that. Now, this is the number one tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So if you want listings, you definitely want to use this tool. We auto-generate it for every property when it's just listed, when it's open house, when it's pending and sold. Our clients that get the most value from this, they mail these out every time they get a property that's just listed, and then they mail it again when it's just sold. So let's look here. Now we have a company, you can download it. Let's just download it, look at it real quick, right? So I can tell you, it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but it is very straightforward and it works. And this is what it is. It's going to home. In this case, it says, hey, you've got an open house, go check it out, scan that, go check it out. You can imagine wherever you land is going to be a buyer lead. But then we also say this is going to affect your home's value and go here to get your free home value, right? And you know where that's going over here, right? Now, this is different. A lot of people have seen a page like that, like this one, and because there's been at least a dozen companies that created instant home value pages, right? Yeah, Linda. Yeah, this works for another agent. So if you're borrowing a listing, this tool is created. Yeah. When you run an ad on this on Facebook, I can just tell you right now, it can be effective. It can also be a great way to waste your time and money. Okay. It can be not effective, basically. And you don't necessarily get the highest quality leads. If you run an ad on this on Google, you're going to get a much higher quality lead and a much more expensive lead. Okay. But if you mail this piece of paper in a radius around your current listing to people that have equity, now those leads are really high quality, right? Because who's going to open up a piece of mail, type in this web address, give you their address and their email? Only people who are seriously interested in the value of their home. And those leads you want to hit up every week with texts, emails, drop off those PDF guides I'm talking about. Those are the highest quality leads you're going to find. So over here, how do you get it to people with equity? We have a partnership with a company called Express Copy, and they make it really easy. If you connect it and you click print and mail, let's see what happens. It takes a minute because there's this API between Express Copy and us. But click on Get Mailing List, and you can decide 1 or 2 month radius, and they will mail it to people with more than 6 years equity who own single family homes. Okay. 100 pieces of mail go out for $185. Now, I've seen this letter. It looks fairly generic, but our clients like it. Usually they can get one listing out of 100 pieces of mail. So they're cool with that, right? I will tell you this though, that Scott and I are happy about that because that makes it easy. And we know our clients don't like to do anything that's too difficult. I understand that busy people. To get it to people with equity quickly, you can use Express Copy and work. Let's go back to the Mastermind group and see what our clients are doing, right? Our clients are not only, what's the problem here? Yeah, sorry. This is the Mastermind group. We talked about it earlier. Get in here. Our clients all want to use that. And so here's somebody, I sent out 100. So this is actually somebody saying, hey, we got a listing for $500,000 by mailing 100 of these. Somebody at EXP. Here's somebody else from another company saying, hey, we're using colored envelopes because they actually took my class and listened to what I'm saying. And not only this, they're handwriting the envelopes. Okay. Or no, that's actually not handwriting. I guess that's the whole story. There's some printer story. They found a printer that'll do this kind of cool stuff. I don't know. Maybe those kids are doing it. Maybe they're doing it. But let me tell you, when you are handwriting envelopes, our clients get great results. Let's see if I can find what I want to show you here. Let's do a search here. When you're thinking about this letter, the nearby homeowner letter, I recommend these names that you look at: Pat Motley, Chris Winstead, and Dustin Fox. They've all been hammering that thing. But Pat has something very recent that I want to show you. So Pat's been a client of ours for maybe 12 years. And she's been using this letter for about that long. And here she's telling us, so she's next level because she's been with us a long time. So she's saying, hey, I just sold my home. I'm going to send out 100 of these now, right? So she prints up the letter. She flips over the 100 and she prints on the back so it looks like an envelope. This is done from Microsoft Publisher. And then she folds it and she handwrites these things. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this little white piece of tape or something. So she's folding it and closing it. There's like something in there because you can read through it and it's talking about your street. Why in the world would Pat go through all that? She's telling us right here. If you look in her comments, she got 4 listings from the first 100 when it was just listed. And she got another 4 listings from the second 100. So 1 home and 200 pieces of mail has generated 8 listings this year. Okay. She started this work in September. I think she wrapped it up on this particular listing in December. I don't know if you have an action that can generate 8 listings for you. If you do, keep doing it, right? Pat was actually super gracious because a lot of agents were chatting about this post and they said, how did you do that? How did you make it look like an envelope? It was a little piece of software script and she shared it with everybody right here. If you look on September 19th, Pat Motley, if you're using Microsoft Publisher, yeah, she's over there in Louisiana. That's right. You can snap this in and you can change that stamp to say whatever street you want, right? And you can put in your header with your contact info. Like it's the template to make that work. If you feel like doing it, that is a really successful method of using our nearby homeowner letter. So we also have an e-flyer of the same thing, right? It's the electronic version. So remember what I'm saying, when you've got a tool and you want to market it, how are you going to get it out? Facebook, Google, print, your e-flyer, and ads, right? So you've seen how to run an ad. This is actually the e-flyer. You can copy it up here. You can take it to your CRM. You can blast it to all your leads. You should be blasting one of our e-flyers once a week on all your leads. Doesn't matter. It could be something on the back of a PDF guide. It could be on the back of a landing page, or it could be about a listing like this, like an open house. Because our flyers on properties are always going to say, hey, go check out that home. It's for sale, right? Scroll down. That affects your home value. Get your free home value. So this e-flyer can get you a lot of leads, right? If you're cold calling about this home, we have a script for you. If you want to do a video about this home, we have the script for you. If you want a single property website, yeah, we create it automatically, right? If you want a virtual tour, we do that as well. If you have an open house, which we do, we always have an online sign-in form. Use this, put it on your laptop, get the Wi-Fi, put it on your iPad or whatever, and ask people for their feedback. Everybody, ever since Yelp, everybody thinks their feedback is so valuable. So put this up because they get a mobile optimized website and you get a lead with all the contact information. So if you want to work those leads, get more business out of your open houses, you absolutely got to use this. Yeah, our print solutions are here, right? We also have print flyers here. There are postcards. Even our postcards and door hangers have URLs on the front and on the back. On the front, check out the house. On the back, affect your home value, right? So here we have print with ROI, right? When did you ever hear of that? Sign writers, if you're using our text service, or if not, you want to use a QR codes, you got sign writers to help you there. Even if you're a blogger, our blog posts capture leads too. Craigslist is so hard to capture leads, but people are on Craigslist. I'll tell you that. Craigslist used to be a hotbed for lead gen, then they changed a major change to their website. And it's not like as many leads, but the lead quality is way higher and it's free. QR codes. If you like QR codes, you'll find them auto embedded in many of the tools here. And then we also create a virtual tour and we auto upload it to YouTube. If you have your own YouTube channel, you could connect it to our account and we will auto upload your YouTube channels there, right? Or your YouTube virtual tours to your own channel. This is great in a listing presentation to be able to say, oh, speaking of that, go over here, to be able to say, I post on Facebook, I post on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and I even put a YouTube video on YouTube. You're basically a marketing social media expert at this point. You don't have to say Listings to Leads is doing it for you. You just say that's what I'm doing. One thing on the listings page, there is a listing pre-listing packet for a listing presentation, and there's a straight up listing presentation under property marketing plan. Okay. And download this as soon as you can. You're branded on every page, your color, your logos. This is unbeatable, frankly. If you can speak to this tool, there's so much that we're doing that most agents cannot do. They might do a portion of what we do, but because we do so much automatically, they can't even do it. It's just, and that means that's what you're bringing to the table. So download that, print that, and leave it on your desk so that you get familiar with what you got your hands on. So that's listing marketing. Again, I'll repeat it. You can borrow people's listings, use the grab active listing button, and you'll have that. So the last page I want to show you is our ads page. And if you have questions, please put them in because we're getting close to the top of the hour and be happy to answer your questions for you. So we have ad software built in from Facebook and Instagram and from Google. Okay. And we even have this cool button here called the Create Audience. So we want to talk about all those. But in 10 minutes, I really don't know if I can tell you everything about Facebook and Google and how to create an audience. But you definitely want to know that. You actually want to know how to create a custom audience if you want more listings from Facebook. Okay. Because the targeting on Facebook is pretty bad. But let's create a listing ad on that open house that we have. Okay. Always leave it on lead ads. This means that the leads are pre-populated by the Facebook profile, right? And there's a couple things. I think I showed you, you can change the image here. You can have multiple images, open house. You might want to target people in other cities where it's really cold in the winter, like Chicago or Buffalo, New York, right? People want to sell and get out of there and go buy your warm homes in the southern states. You can do that, right? I live close to Lake Tahoe, beautiful area, beautiful home, beautiful lake. But people who live down in like Silicon Valley, they totally want to buy a home up there and get away, right, for the weekend, right? And so you can say, hey, I'm going to target that way too, right? If you got those dynamics in your market, that's how you do it. To get buyers, there is no faster way than a Facebook ad, okay? If you want listings, you can run PDF guide ads. You know that they're 40 for home sellers, right? And so let's go through that. It's taking a long time, but let's see. You could do it for buyers or sellers. I really recommend that you concentrate on sellers for their PDF guides, right? So let's go divorce and real estate, right? Lead ads so that the leads are pre-populated with name, email, and phone number. And this way, in this time, you have to you have to type in the name of the town you want to hit, right? Yeah. What is the problem here? There we go. Okay. And you can expand the radius, $50. These leads often cost $10 each, 10 or 11 bucks. So if it's $10 and you're running a $50 ad, you can expect 5 leads. Okay. Here. And let's go run an ad on a sold property. I'm going to show you something. If you run an ad on a sold property or pending, the information that looks like a mess. Sorry. The information on the ad is designed to get you listings. So, hey, this home is sold. It's going to affect your home value. Get your free home value, right? So that works, right? That works. And actually, I have a client. If we go up here, if you want to see how well that can work, type in the name Brian Mathewson. This guy I think it was last month, came in the group and he's, hey guys, I ran a sold ad and in one ad, which is a $50 ad, he gets a listing. Now you might want to look at this. I'm not going to make you listen to it, but He owns an office. By the way, I set up the teams and office accounts. If you need a team or office account, email me at vince@listingstoleads or give me. So I think these guys have been a client at the office level for over a year now. And so he's always trying to get his agents to use the stuff, because when offices pay for stuff, agents don't use it. That's the theme in real estate. But he's telling people, hey, we marketed this home. We got 114 buyer leads from Facebook. And he said 4 of those people ended up buying a home. So just so you know, if buyer leads cost $3 and he has 114, he probably spent around $350 on multiple ads to get that many leads, right? And he converted basically what, 4%, 5. He converted 4 out of 114. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but his home is sold. So he's saying, hey, now that it's sold, I'm running another ad. And he runs an ad. And on the very first day, he gets a lead, and his CRM starts texting the lead. This is a really key thing about converting a lead. Nobody wants your speed the lead phone calls, right? They just don't. But if you text them with a number of questions and tell them you want to help them, like in this guy's case, by the end of the day, that person wanted to talk on the phone, and they got on the phone and they set an appointment for a listing presentation. I'm pretty sure Brian knows what he's doing. He's going to get that listing. And that's really the point that I want to show you. Like, this is what Facebook ads are doing. A lot of people are like, oh, Facebook doesn't work. It doesn't work if you're doing it inside Facebook and you don't know what you're doing. But if you're using our ad software, we make it almost where you can't make a mistake. And this, what I'm showing you right here, is exactly what Brian did. He didn't do anything custom or nothing like that. He just got the property, it sold, publish, got the lead, converted the lead with text first, and that's working. Now, I'm going to do one more ad. I'm going to do remember we created that place in Germantown, that page for Germantown. So let's go here and let's create an ad. So that we did this kind of in the setup, right? So we created that landing page. Here you can see that background picture, and I can say, hey, Germantown, Tennessee, right there. So that's the area. Now, I don't know Germantown, Tennessee, but let's see. Let's go over here. Maybe I still have it. The problem with running an ad on Facebook with a landing page like that is, sorry, let me just do this one more time. Let's see. Let's go look real quickly here. Let's look at the map. Oh, that's a good place. I should have typed in Tennessee. So this is Germantown right here on this map. Okay. And you see how it's surrounded by Collierville and Walnut Grove and White Station and all these towns. Let me back this out. That's a little too wide. But you see how Memphis is over here? This whole circle right here is about a 15-mile radius. Okay. Now your page is talking about this, and that 15-mile radius is shooting it to probably 500,000 people that don't live in Germantown. This is why this can be a big mistake, right? It's a suburb of Memphis, right? That's why these pages cannot work. And that's why you need to create a custom audience right here. You got to buy this list from Remind.com or Redx or listsource.com, or maybe you talk to your title partners and they'll help you. But you want to get a list, and this is like a big topic. You want to get a list of homeowners in your towns, each one, with name, email, phone number, and address. Okay. And then, I'm not sure what the problem is. Something's taking forever over here. Then you want to create a custom audience. Now we're running out of time, so I really can't go through all this. I cover it inside of our YouTube channel almost every week, especially when I'm talking about Facebook and Google ads and top tools for more listings. So get over here. And if you look, you'll notice I have Facebook and Google branding and high quality leads. Whenever I'm talking about lead quality or how to run successful ads, you got to watch these. Like, we just don't have time, right? Facebook and Google ads for buyers and sellers. I probably talk about the custom audience there, right? Watch a few of those, right? These audiences live in your own Facebook account. You can use them for years and years. even if you don't work with us. But if you want to be competitive to get listings, you better figure this one out. I cover it over and over on that YouTube channel. Also, worth noting, you want to run an ad on Google on Germantown, right? Google is the #1 website in the country. 86% of all questions occur on Google. All questions on the internet occur on Google, right? Are you even competing there? Now, I want to point out it's a $50 a day budget for 7 days. That means there's exposure of $350. I don't know what a seller lead costs in your market. In Dallas, if I had a Dallas home valuation page and I target right there, each lead is $30. In Pennsylvania, each lead is $22. In Tennessee, I don't know, maybe it's $15 to $20. In Utah, it's $17. In Canada, up in Vancouver, it's $200 each lead. Right? That's big money. So you may not be competing there. You might not have the budget to do that. But that's where 86% of all questions begin, right? Even before Zillow, people go to Google. So in order to be there and to have a tool like this behind your ad, I highly recommend you use our Google software, right? So that's the story today, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you have questions about a team account, or if you just have questions on setting up your account, email me at vince@listingstoleads.com. We have a great support team down here. They are really great and much faster sometimes than I am. And that's my story. Thanks for hanging out with me. Get involved with our YouTube channel. Get involved with our mastermind group. Our platform is really powerful. So you got to learn how to use it to get the value out of it. Thanks, everybody. Take care.